Welcome everyone to episode 5 of the Radiant Woman podcast. So I'm very excited. This is another first ever. So I have with me today my beautiful client who's been working with me in the feminine force. So Holly, welcome Holly.
Thank you.
And the thing that we've never done before, that's never been done on this podcast, is I'm going to be coaching Holly live on the podcast. So if you're currently listening to this on Spotify, you may even want to switch over to YouTube and actually just watch it because it's going to be juicy. So welcome, Holly. So great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Do you want to give yourself a quick intro?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm Holly. I'm a mum of 2. I'm a wife. I'm originally from New Zealand, and I have been travelling with my family for about 6 months now. We live in Thailand, which is like a dream come true. And,
amazing.
Yeah, I'm just like living the life. That's what I feel. That's honestly how I feel, like I'm just living my best life.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So good. So, all right. So let's get into the good stuff. So I want to start by inviting you to close your eyes and taking a deep breath. Just feeling your feet on the ground, your sit bones on the chair. Just really becoming fully present to what's alive within you in this moment. And then dropping into your heart and asking your heart if there were one thing that I would love to get out of this session today, what would that be? And just trust that first thing. And once you've got that, you can open your eyes and let me know.
Always the upgrades. Just, it always comes through to me. As soon as I see you, I'm like, upgrade, upgrade, upgrade.
Upgrades. Okay.
In so many ways, in all the ways.
Well, that's really nice and also refreshing to hear because yesterday at the event, so we were just at an event of 100 people, I spoke there, and most of the ladies who were coming up to me were like, I've had all my shit coming up, so I thought of you, or whenever I cry, I think of you. So that's really nice to hear. Upgrades. Okay, that's really good. So right now, what is your biggest goal that you're working toward? Say a 6 to 12 month tangible goal.
Yeah, so in business, I'm working for consistent 20K months.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, within myself, I recently changed my marketing, if you will, the way that I brand myself, and I'm stepping into that. So yeah, just really like stepping up into my magnetic self. Yeah.
So becoming more magnetic. Yeah. Yeah, which really comes down to just you becoming more of who you truly are, right?
Yeah.
And so the goal is consistent 20K months. So being more of who you truly are, rather than that being a goal, let's look at that as that's the strategy to getting that goal. Yeah? Okay, so consistent 20K months. So if we compare that to where you are right now, so what's been your biggest cash month in the biz so far? 9K, epic. And you did that in the feminine force, right? Side note.
Of course.
Of
course I did it in the feminine force.
Biggest month ever in the feminine force, just so everyone's aware. Okay, great. Okay, amazing. So if 20K months is your 10 out of 10 for now, there's always going to be a new 10 once we hit the goal. But you would be about would you say a 5 out of 10 right now already? So that's pretty awesome. Okay. What do you feel right now is the biggest thing blocking you from getting from where you are now to where you want to be?
Procrastination.
Procrastination. Interesting. I wouldn't take you as a procrastinator.
I know. I've only just really realised that.
You come across as a real action taker.
I am, but there's more action to be taken and I'm mucking around with it.
Right.
I think my next my next level is my marketing. You know, I feel that I really am stepping into the person that I am supposed to be or that I want to be or whatever. And I've done everything this far organically. And I'm always telling my team, you should do this, you should do this. But I'm like, I'm actually not doing that.
Right.
So
Okay.
I was, and I've kind of fallen back.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Procrastination. Good old procrastination. So if you close your eyes right now and I want you to drop into procrastination. So just dropping into procrastination, breathing into that. And I want you to imagine that we give procrastination the microphone. And I want you to allow procrastination to speak directly into this space, exactly as you hear it inside your own head. What is procrastination saying?
Both scared of success and of failure.
So I'm afraid of success.
Yeah.
What about success are you afraid of? So I want you to finish this sentence for me. If I go all in on pursuing my goal of 20K months, I'm afraid that...
I'm afraid that I'll get it.
Mm-hmm.
And that will... I don't know. It's ridiculous. I'm afraid that I'll get it.
Mm-hmm. And if you get it, then what will happen?
Then some people in my life will think badly of me. They'll want to keep me where I am now.
So it's almost like a fear of like a loss of connection or love in certain places.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this part of you who's afraid that she'll lose love and connection if she goes all in on her goals, I want you to give this part of you a name. What would you call her? Okay. I'm feeling there's some big stuff here. Okay. So this fear of losing love and connection, where do you feel that in your body?
Shit, just about everywhere right now.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, in my throat, in my heart, in my arms.
Mm-hmm. So let's go to your heart for a moment. So I want you to simply drop into your heart whilst feeling totally supported and held by the chair. And I just want you to take a few deep breaths into your heart. Nice deep breaths. Just noticing, does this fear have a shape or a color?
It's showing me yellow.
Mm-hmm. Is it dense or transparent?
It's dense.
Mm-hmm. Is it new or familiar?
It's familiar.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to trust if any images or memories arise here of when you first started feeling this fear of losing love and connection. Is there anything that pops up?
It isn't. It's not a specific event. It just feels like my decisions that I made for myself as a teenager
Mm-hmm.
separated me from my main people, like my family.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. So this part of you is like your teenage self. So what I want you to do here is I want you to now imagine that your body is transparent and porous. And I want you to imagine now this energy that's concentrated in your heart, that it's now able to go beyond your body, out into the room. And just notice what that's like. When it's not just contained within the body, it has more spaciousness.
Yeah, it's lighter. It's like it's freeing.
Freeing, beautiful. Yeah. Good. And now I want you to see if you can get a sense of a deeper part of you who always loves and embraces all of it, even when you don't. Can you get a sense of that?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. So now when you come back to this part of you who fears that if she goes in on her goal, she'll lose love and connection, can you give her a name now?
I can't give her a name, but I can give her an age or a number.
A number. Okay, that works.
17 is coming into my head.
17. Okay. So I'm just going to call her 17. Is that okay? Okay. So 17, I'd love to know, what is it that you value the most? What's most important to you?
Loyalty.
Loyalty. Okay, interesting. Loyalty from others or from yourself?
That's a good question. Both.
Mm-hmm. And when others and you are loyal to yourself, how do you feel?
Powerful.
Powerful. Okay. Okay. And what's most important to you in life? right now?
Choices, freedom.
Freedom. Okay. Okay. So 17, is there anything else here that you want to express in this safe space? Maybe something you haven't been able to express in the past.
So much.
Mm-hmm.
The choices were not always great.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to speak directly. So my choices were not always great. Yeah. What else?
I just feel the disconnection between myself and my mum.
Yourself and your mum. Yeah.
From my choices,
Mm.
not so much hers.
Yeah. Okay. So I want you to connect now to the part of you who wants to grow and change. The part of you who really wants your goal to keep growing and evolving, who wants this life, better life for yourself, to continue the path you're already on. Let's say that this part of you is love. Do you have a name for this part of you? Or do you just want to call it love?
Let's call her love.
Okay. So, love, hearing what 17 just expressed, how would you respond to her?
They're the same thing. That love and 17 are the same.
Mm-hmm.
That this is how far we've already come.
Mm-hmm. So, love, I'd love to know what's most important to you in life right now?
Time.
Mm-hmm.
Time with my family. The freedom to have time with them.
Time with your family. Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting. And hearing that 17 just expressed how she felt like her choices were not always great and she's hurting because she felt a disconnection from her mum for the choices she made. What would you say to her to reassure her? What is she looking for from you?
Just that we all make stupid decisions. It doesn't have to define us.
Mm-hmm.
That still, look how far we've come. You know, the connections are amazing now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. And 17 is afraid that if she continues to grow and make certain choices, she's going to lose love and connection. So what would you say to her around that?
I would say that anyone that decides to step away isn't worth it.
Mm.
They're not here for this journey if that's their decision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. 17, how do you feel receiving that?
Good.
Good, beautiful. Is there anything else that you want to express or anything else you need here to know that it's safe for you to go after this goal?
No.
Okay, beautiful. So, love and 17, how can you work together to have both freedom and power and loyalty and time with your family whilst living out your goal of 20k months? How can you work together to make that happen?
Working together is going to make that happen.
100%. But what might that look like on a tangible level? In a practical way.
Yeah, just being more aware. My 17 is strong and powerful, and my love is kind and powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So just being aware that bringing those things together
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
just being open in my message and allowing those things to all come together and be my message.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So let's come into some self-forgiveness now. So I want you to place both hands on your body, just somewhere that feels nourishing for you. Just really holding both of these parts of you. And I want you to repeat after me. I forgive myself
I forgive myself
for judging the choices that I've made in the past.
for judging the choices I've made in the past
As being bad or wrong.
as being bad or wrong.
The truth is,
The truth is, they got me to where I am right now.
I forgive myself for judging 17 as being bad or wrong.
I forgive myself for judging 17 for being bad or wrong.
The truth is,
the truth is, she brought me here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I let go of the need
I let go of the need
to look for connection outside of myself.
to look for connection outside of myself.
The truth is,
The truth is, I have everything that I need. I am everything that I need.
Mm-hmm. Good. I forgive myself
I forgive myself
for judging myself,
for judging myself,
for times I have not been loyal to myself.
for times I have not been loyal to myself.
Mm. Yeah. Because there must have been a reason. In times when you weren't loyal to yourself, why were you not being loyal to yourself?
Because I got caught up in the noise and the bullshit.
Mm. Yeah. And what was that part of you really looking for in all that?
Acceptance.
Acceptance. Beautiful. So the truth is that part of me was just looking for acceptance. Mm-hmm. And the truth is I can give that acceptance to myself now. Yeah.
Yeah, I sure can.
Okay, good. I forgive myself
I forgive myself
for judging my mum. You're doing well.
for judging my mum.
For judging me and my choices.
For judging me and my choices.
The truth is
The truth is I was just doing my fucking best.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and maybe she was as well. I forgive myself for buying into the illusion.
I forgive myself for buying into the illusion.
That my mum judging me
That my mum judging me
meant that she didn't love me in any way.
meant that she didn't love me in any way.
The truth is
The truth is, my mum's a legend, and she's always got my back.
Beautiful. Okay. Last one. I forgive myself for buying into the illusion
I forgive myself for buying into the illusion
that if I pursue 20k months,
that if I pursue 20k months,
I'll lose loyalty.
I'll lose loyalty.
The truth is
The truth is, the good people in my life are going to be stoked for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good. And actually one more. I forgive myself for buying into the illusion
I forgive myself for buying into the illusion
that if I pursue 20k months,
that if I pursue 20k months,
I'll lose time with my family.
I'll lose time with my family.
The truth is
The truth is, that's bullshit.
yeah.
No, that's, yeah.
The truth is I have a fucking epic business model.
I do, and an epic life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And quality over quantity, right? It's the quality of presence you can spend with them, and yeah. Okay. Cool. So is there anything else that needs to be expressed between these two parts of you, love and 17, in relation to pursuing your goal moving forward?
Oh, I feel good. I
Good.
feel like we're on the same page.
Amazing. Good. You're working together now. Okay. Amazing. And so just to be clear, so the fear of losing love and connection, was that helping you to achieve your goal of 20K months, yes or no?
No.
Okay. Wasn't working.
Nope.
Okay. Was it giving you more love and connection in your life, yes or no?
No.
Okay, beautiful. So now that we're clear that that doesn't work, we can let go of that. And would a more effective strategy be that whenever this part of you, 17, that fear comes up, because it probably will come up again as you reach new levels of success, that you can simply meet her and just breathe into the fear, be aware of it, and give her the love and acceptance and loyalty that she's looking for. Would that be more effective?
It would. Yes.
Amazing. Great. Okay, so from this place of wholeness, what would be the next most intelligent step for you to take toward hitting your goal of 20K months?
What's coming through for me is just continue on this path that I'm on. Just continue to speak from my heart, speak my truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from the heart, and really just showing up as my authentic self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, now that this part of you is no longer afraid of losing love and connection because you're giving it to yourself, is there really any way that you cannot hit that goal of 20K months?
No, it's ridiculous.
Because you're a total badass,
I
and
am.
that was the only little thing there.
And that's it. It's gone. Bye-bye.
Okay, come back to me when you're already making 20K months, and
I
we'll go
shall.
to the. Let's look at the next box. Okay, amazing. Thank you. You can open your eyes now. Okay. Well, fuck! I did not expect to go that deep.
Honestly, I always
love
expect
it.
to go that deep because I'm like,
Thank you for
Here we
your
go.
vulnerability and your authenticity and willingness to share. Because that was deep. I was like, whoa, okay, we're really going here.
yeah.
Yeah. Going into the core wounds and everything. The mum and dad stuff.
Yeah. It's good, intense. Yeah. Well, for those of you who didn't know, I actually do cry.
Yeah. So Holly is like, for context, Holly is, you are an 8 in the Enneagram, which is, they say 8s are like a M&M, so hard on the outside, but all soft and gooey on the inside.
Yeah.
And like 8s, the personality is, my husband's an 8 as well, and the personality is developed in childhood when it's like you're the one that has to be strong all the time. And then, it comes into adulthood of like needing to be strong and brave all the time, and then, but finding it difficult to be vulnerable until you really make the decision and start doing this work. So I'd love for you to share, you've just done the feminine force, and we're about to have our last call for that last period soon, or in a week or two. I'd love to know, what's been your biggest like breakthrough or aha moment in doing this work together?
Oh my gosh. I don't know where to start. I think just like realizing that I have all of this shit that needs to come up and to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said this over the last couple of days. I remember our first call together, where we got on the call, and you said to me, so what do you want to work on? And I was like, well, I don't know. And you were like, okay, well, what are your blocks? And I said, I don't have any blocks. Like,
That's always a red flag when someone's like, I don't have any
Yeah.
blocks. Red
Yeah.
flag.
And I remember your face. You're like, oh,
Here we go.
okay. And I'm like, shit, what have I done? So that just from that call, I was like, oh, damn, okay. I think I've got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
And yeah, now, like, literally, I have not been a person that cries. I don't do that. That's not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just get shit done, carry on.
In the past.
In the past. In the past, not anymore.
You say just after you've bawled your eyes.
Yeah, I don't cry. No, yeah, in the past,
yeah.
that was me. Like yeah. And then I started working with you, and I actually before we left the country, I kept saying to myself, "It's okay, you can feel your feelings. Like, let yourself cry." My dad left his job of 18 years, and it was a horrible job, and I was so proud of him. And
Wow.
he visited and he went to leave, and I just started bawling. And he was like, what is going on? Looking at my mum like, did something happen? Like, did she hurt herself? What's going on? Like, she never cries. But really just being able to open up and just be like, it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's all good.
It's safe to feel my feelings.
It's safe to cry. And now in myself, in my life, like, my husband used to be the calm person, and now I'm the calm person. And he's like, this is crazy. Yeah, so massive, massive changes in the last, 8 months that we've been working together.
So I'd love to know, exactly. So as a result of that, like, being able to be present with yourself and feel what's actually there, how has that shifted life and business? Like, a couple of examples.
So as far as like my Enagic business, I literally started working with you from the very start of my business.
You're smart.
all
like
in.
Mel. Yeah.
So as far as my life, like, I honestly would describe myself as an asshole before. I was like, I just was rock hard. I didn't cry. If someone had an issue, I was like, get over it.
Yeah. Classic aim.
I don't have time for this shit. You know, I've
Yeah.
got stuff to do. And that's how I treated myself. Like, that's how I treated other people. Even my husband. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, but I was like, you're a pussy. Like, stop being a pussy. I was honestly really not nice. I wasn't. I don't know how he made me. I'm cute. Yeah, and now it's so different. I love that you shared your Sunday night, your like little ritual that you guys do. And so we do that. We sit down and we talk about things. And before it was like, he wouldn't talk about things because I would just fly off the handle. And now it's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, why are you raising your voice? You know, like, it's so different. So different. Our life is completely changed.
Beautiful. So I'm hearing like there's more intimacy, like a deeper connection in your relationship
100%.
and you're like more in your feminine.
Yeah, I am. Oh my gosh, I am so much more. I mean, even just like how I look, you know, the way that I stood before, I stand differently now. I'm very much aware of myself now, whereas before it was, so like full 100% turnaround.
Amazing. Yeah. And so I actually didn't know that you started working with me from the moment you started Enagic. Yeah. So you're 8 months into the online business around there.
Yeah, 8-9 months, yeah.
And in the Feminine Force, so you did your biggest ever month, which was 56,000 in sales and 9K.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So good. Okay, so do you want to ask me a question?
I do.
Apparently you have a question for me.
I have 2 questions for you.
2 questions?
I'm just going to check my questions because one of them I can't remember.
And I don't know what these are.
No. So I thought this was quite fitting for what we're talking about. So what is the most common thing that you would say comes up? I know that you work with, me from right when I started, when I was making nothing, up to women who are multimillionaires. So what is the biggest thing that comes up?
Yeah. So the biggest, okay, let's start with the worthiness thing. That is one of the biggest things that comes up, is just like, yeah, like no matter what level we get to and no matter what our achievements are or anything, there can still be, and this has been a big thing for me as well, there's still like layers of like, oh my God, am I really worthy of this? Or am I really worthy of that next level of impact, income, intimacy in my relationship, physical goals, whatever it may be. So that's a big one. And I think it's just really simply comes down to, because when we're children, we don't have this rational mind. And so if anything bad happens, we pretty much make it mean, well, there's something wrong with me. It's my fault. I must not be, like, if we didn't get the love or presence we needed as children, we go, well, I'm unworthy of love and goodness. So that's a huge thing that comes up I've never met anyone or worked with anyone who that hasn't come up in some form, the unworthy, the not good enough thing. So that's a huge one. Another big block that comes up, or pattern especially for overachievers, is like this inability to be present and like be in stillness, like having to always be like, go, 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 like the boss babe, like just always doing, always thinking about work. And that's a trauma response, because it's like, well, I've got to keep working and doing, because I'm afraid that if I stop and I actually just be present with myself, I'm afraid of what's actually here. The grief, the sadness, the anger, all of the uncomfortable feelings and the intensity. Yeah. So those two reasons, actually, the unworthiness and the fear of being in stillness, can actually drive. That's why so many high achieving women have had burnout, like have been really burnt out in the past, because that pattern just, they have to keep going and going and going. And that's what creates, there's so many stories of people having these huge pinnacles of success and then going bankrupt overnight, or like us, like going up here and then being homeless and adrenal fatigue. So that's definitely a huge piece that I love to support people with, because it's so foundational. And if we don't do that work, then how are we going to create like sustainable, holistic success? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we can get the financial results or business results through hustling and busting our ass and working really hard, but at what cost? It costs relationship, it costs health. And so, yeah, those would be two of the biggest things. Yeah, the not good enough, the worthiness, and the just constantly having to do and be all the things. Yeah.
Yeah, I can fully relate. So the worthiness now, but the second one, like that was, just go, 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 go until you hit the ground and you're still trying to go.
You're like in bed dying and you're still like
still trying to get some stuff done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my second question is, for someone who resonates with you and what you're doing and wanting to help others, where would they start?
Someone who's wanting to also help others in the way that I do?
In the way that you do. Yeah.
Good question. Well, so I have a program called Embodied Success Coaching, which is where I share all of the tools and strategies and everything that I use to, do like what I just took you through today, what I take all my clients through. So, where I share really the cutting edge tools and processes to create true, lasting personal transformation so that people can create everything they want in their lives. Like, I personally believe this work is the key to helping people get anything they want in life. So yeah, embodied success coaching is the program.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank
Cool.
you.
Thank you. Well, was there anything else that you wanted to share or before we wrap up today?
Oh, I feel like I've shared a lot.
You have
Like,
shared a lot.
I've shared more than
It's been amazing.
I've ever shared. So thank you.
Well, thanks so much for coming on today, and again for being really courageous and, you know, being so vulnerable and open on a podcast that a lot of people are going to watch and listen to. I think it's really powerful, and, you know, just that courage alone and the willing to be vulnerable is why you're doing really well very early on in your entrepreneurial journey. So
Thank you.
celebrating you, and thanks for being here.
No worries. Thank you very much for having me.